sharing a list of helpful websites for you guys. So we'll start with Google Finance. With Google Finance, we typically start out using Google to do our research, so it's just really convenient. You can set up your watch list, and with that in mind, you have an earnings calendar right here. With on top of that, if I decided I wanted to put Palantir Technologies on my watch list and actually set up an alert, I could do that. It'll go directly to my phone, and I can have a notification set, time, email if I wanted to notify me when the earnings date for any specific stock that I may be interested in. These are good for options plays, or if you're just interested in the stock and you want to try to get in before it starts, well, anything starts happening. Earnings Whispers, definitely a great site to look into as well. It'll definitely give you more insight as far as what's going on with the company or other people's opinions as far as what's going on with the company's business. So, and if there's an earnings date nearby, it typically like shares that type of information or other people's ideas as far as what's trending and what's good with the company or bad with the company. You get volatility reports, short report insider activities. Yeah, there's plenty of information right here, so check that one out. Then we have MarketBeat.com. So this site definitely gives you a bit more information compared to like investing.com as far as what's going on with the company. Sometimes, well, on top of that, like sometimes sites like investing.com, they don't really share the earnings dates sometimes with certain companies where you can't get certain information from one thing, you can get it here typically. So that's what I like about this site. There's typically more like focused information directly on this site, analyst opinion, and so on. So I definitely recommend Finviz. You can definitely check this out. Use the stock screeners. They typically give a little bit of insight on technical analysis to kind of share what's going on and what somebody else may see happening with a specific company, but typically I would actually recommend that you actually learn to do technical analysis on your own and go off of your own opinion. So it's not like I'm gonna say totally focus on it, but you can get an additional idea through this site if you wanted to try to use that as part of your analysis. And they share different types of information for like forex, crypto, and stuff like that. But like I said, even for these, I would do technical analysis on my own and form my own opinion. But the thing about it is, it has a screener, so you can try to use this to kind of figure out different types of information about a company, like company with high volume of shares or low volume of shares, or you can look for cheap stocks or new companies with some certain earnings dates. Like, what if you wanted to look for a company that has earnings date tomorrow and start comparing? You can do that. If you wanted to look for a new penny stock that may look good to you to kind of research and compare to other stocks, you can do that. You can look for things that are recommended by certain analysts, like for strong sales, strong buys, weak holds, or whatever sector specific stocks, volume. You can just check it out, see what you actually like. You can even look for different types of options plays. So if there's high options volatility within like calls and puts, you can look into that type of information. You just kind of have to just explore it and see what works for you. And then if you have a specific target price, there's that as well. But yeah, just explore it, see how you like it, and just kind of form your own opinion and analysis with it. And then we have Benzinga, which is just another source of information. You can kind of get a bunch of different, well, ideas or information from investing.com. Then we have briefing.com, which definitely gives a lot of good information and insight as well, as well as earnings reports, conference calls, and so on, stock splits. And TradingView, definitely a top recommended site for me. So if you're into analyzing stocks using technical analysis, especially for stocks, well, there are different platforms that you can actually use for analyzing and trading options and so on. But typically, I would start with TradingView before I actually transfer it over as far as stocks are concerned, just because you can get a bigger picture of what's going on. Like sometimes you're limited on the data with certain platforms. Well, this is Dogecoin, so of course it's going to be pretty limited anyways. But yeah, you definitely have a variety of tools with it as well, and it's typically like easier to use. So if you're using technical analysis and you're looking to analyze your trades more, this is a site that you definitely want to get involved with. And then, of course, I'm involved with investing.com. I use that one a lot, and I use the others a lot as well.